I never thought I'd be the kind of woman who steps out on her marriage. But here I am telling you my story straight from the heart, or maybe from somewhere a little lower. My name's Emily, and I'm 32, living in a cozy suburb outside Chicago. I've got a decent job as a graphic designer, working from home most days, which gives me plenty of time to think and to act on those thoughts. My husband, Mark, is a good guy. Really, he is. He's 35, works as an accountant downtown, pulls long hours at the office, and comes home exhausted every night. We met in college, fell in love over late-night study sessions and cheap pizza. Back then, our sex life was fire-passionate, frequent, the kind that leaves you breathless and wanting more. But marriage changes things, doesn't it? Kids? No, we don't have any yet. Just the grind of adult life. It started about 2 years ago. Mark's job got more demanding. Promotions come with perks, sure, but also with endless meetings, audits, and that soul-sucking commute on the L train. He'd stumble through the door around 8 p.m., kiss me on the cheek, microwave whatever I'd left for him, and collapse on the couch with a beer and the remote. By 10, he'd be snoring in bed, too tired to even notice if I was wearing that lacy thing I bought just for him. At first I tried. I'd initiate, rub his shoulders, whisper in his ear about how much I missed him. But he'd mumble something about an early meeting, roll over, and that was that. Night after night, I'd lie there, staring at the ceiling, my body aching for touch, for connection, for that release only a man can give. You know, as a woman, there's this deep primal need. It's not just about the physical, though, God. That's a big part of it. It's emotional, too. Every night I crave the weight of a body on mine, the heat of skin against skin, the way a man's hands can make you feel desired, alive. Mark used to make me feel like the center of his universe. But now, I felt invisible, unwanted, like I was just another item on his to-do list that kept getting pushed to tomorrow. I talked to him about it once, over dinner. "Mark, I need more from you," I said, my voice shaking a little. He looked guilty, promised to try harder. For a week, things improved. We made love twice. But then the cycle repeated. Work calls, fatigue, excuses. I started resenting him, not for who he was, but for what he wasn't giving me. That's when Alex came into the picture. He's 28, a personal trainer at the gym I joined to blow off steam. Tall, built like a Greek god, with tattoos snaking up his arms and a smile that could melt ice. We started chatting during my spin classes. Harmless at first, tips on form, jokes about the instructor's playlist. But one day, after a particularly grueling session, he asked if I wanted to grab coffee. I hesitated, but that ache inside me, it pushed me to say yes. We sat at a Starbucks down the block, talking about everything and nothing. He listened, really listened, his eyes locked on mine like I was the most fascinating woman in the world. No wedding ring on his finger, he was single, fresh out of a bad breakup. By the end of that coffee, I felt seen, desired. It escalated quickly. A week later, he texted me, "Hey, Em, want to spot me on weights tomorrow?" I knew what he meant. I showed up in my tightest leggings, heart pounding. After the workout in the parking lot, he pulled me into his car. His kiss was electric, hungry. His hands roamed, and I didn't stop him. We drove to his apartment in Wrigleyville, a small but trendy place with exposed brick and a view of the L tracks. That first time, it was everything I've been missing. He took his time, exploring every inch of me, making me gasp and moan in ways Mark hadn't in years. He was strong, attentive, whispering how beautiful I was, how he couldn't get enough. I came twice before he even finished. Lying there afterward, tangled in his sheets, I felt guilty for about 5 seconds. Then, nothing. No regret. Just satisfaction, deep and fulfilling. From then on, it became a routine. I'd tell Mark one was meeting friends for lunch or running errands. Alex and I would meet at his place, or sometimes a hotel if we felt fancy. He understood the deal, no strings, no drama. He wasn't looking to break up my marriage. He just wanted the fun. And God, was it fun. He'd pin me against the wall, lift me like I weighed nothing, make me forget my name. Every encounter left me glowing, energized. Back home, I'd be sweeter to Mark, less nagging. Ironically, our marriage improved on the surface. I stopped pressuring him for sex because I was getting it elsewhere. We'd cuddle on the couch, watch Netflix, laugh like old times. He never suspected a thing. Why would he? I was careful, separate phone for texts, alibis airtight, scents washed away, but let's get real about the emotional side. As a woman, that nightly need isn't just lust. It's about feeling whole. Mark's exhaustion left a void, a loneliness that gnawed at me. Alex filled it, not just physically, but with that rush of affection. The way he'd hold me after, stroke my hair, ask about my day. It made me realize how much I'd been starving. Sure, society says monogamy is the gold standard, but what if your partner can't meet your needs? Do you wither away? I chose not to. And no, I don't regret it. Not one bit. If anything, it's empowered me. I love Mark, he's my rock, my partner in life. But Alex, he's my escape, my secret fire. One memorable night stands out. It was last summer during a heat wave that had Chicago sweating bullets. Mark had a late client dinner, so I texted Alex, "Your place?" 7? He replied with a winking emoji. I slipped into a sundress, no underwear bold, I know. His apartment was dim, lit by string lights, a sea blasting. He greeted me at the door with a glass of wine, but we didn't make it to the couch. He pushed me against the kitchen counter, hiking up my dress, his mouth everywhere. We moved to the bedroom, where he tied my hands with his belt, something new, exciting. He teased me for what felt like hours, bringing me to the edge over and over until I begged. When he finally entered me, it was intense, raw. We collapsed, laughing, covered in sweat. "You're incredible," he murmured, kissing my forehead. In that moment, I felt cherished, needed. Back home by 10, Mark was just getting in. "Good night?" he asked. "The best," I said, smiling. Months turned into a year, and nothing changed. Mark's still buried in work, coming home drained. We have sex maybe once a month now, quick and routine. But Alex, we're going strong. Last week, we met at a motel off the interstate, seedy but thrilling. He blindfolded me, used ice cubes on my skin, drove me wild. I screamed his name, not caring if the walls were thin. Afterward, as we lay there, he asked if I ever felt bad. No, I told him honestly. A woman has needs, Alex. Every night that itch, it's biological, emotional. Mark can't scratch it, so you do. He nodded, understanding. No judgment. Does Mark know? Hell no. I've covered my tracks perfectly. Deleted texts, varied meets, even a fake book club for cover. Our life together is stable weekend brunches at our favorite diner, holidays with family in Wisconsin, plans for a house in the burbs. I cook his favorite meals, support his dreams. In return, he provides security, companionship. It's not perfect, but it's balanced. And me, I'm happier than ever. No regrets means no looking back. I embrace this double life because it works. A woman needs a man every night, not just any man, but one who makes her feel alive. Mark's my husband, but Alex is my lover. And that's how it stays. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if Mark found out. Would he leave? Fight for me? But I push those thoughts away. Why borrow trouble? Life's too short. Last night, Mark crashed early after a tough day. I slipped out, met Alex at his gym after hours. We used the sauna steamy, forbiddens. His hands on me, the heat amplifying everything. I came home refreshed, climbed into bed beside Mark, who stirred just enough to mumble, "Love you." "Love you too," I whispered, meaning it. But in my dreams, it was Alex's face I saw. This is my truth. No apologies. In a world that expects women to settle, I chose more. And I'd do it again.